I'll try to help you overcome your fear in my own way. Many people, they join classes, they read self-help books, and some of them even get to the spiritual gurus and try to make things work. What I'll do to help you out is I'll just give you 3 quotes in a particular order. Just think about it. This will help you a lot. I can be sure of this. The first quote is by Walt Disney. He says, all of your dreams will come true only if you have the courage to pursue them. Okay, now the first part of the sentence is the end result that all of us want. Most of us want our dreams to come true. It says only if you have the courage to pursue them. Now, courage. I'll give you the second quote, which says, courage is not the absence of fear, but acting in spite of it. Okay, now analyze that again. Courage is not the absence of fear, but acting in spite of it. Now, these kind of things are easier said than done. And another quote I would give you at this point is, knowledge is antidote to fear. Okay, knowledge is antidote to fear. That is, if you fear something or someone, it is almost always because you lack some knowledge. If you gather the knowledge now, which can take time, but then if you gather sufficient knowledge, you can overcome these fears. You can minimize them. The kind of crippling and gripping fears you have can be converted to these residual fears, which cannot hinder your decision making. And coming back to the last part of the first quote is, only if you have the courage to pursue them. Like, see, if you want your dreams to come true, I think there is a certain element of passion. Now, that passion should remove all the doubts, and that passion should give you the energy to pursue your dreams. Right now, look at these 3 quotes in order. And if you really analyze them, you have to give it quite a lot of thought. If you do that, you'll be able to minimize your fears. The second thing that I'm trying to address here is that of a mindset. It's very difficult to say why someone has a particular mindset, but typically these mindsets disturb a person and will kind of hinder their growth. Okay, now there is only so much I can do to remove your mindsets. You have to go through a conscious exercise where you try to remove the mindset. I mean, here specifically about forming group ventures or chasing a business opportunity collectively, you have to have the right mindset. Just fine tune it and have the right mindset. The third aspect that I'm trying to touch upon here is about clarity, and at a very basic level, you should have clarity on what kind of business that you want to be part of in the long run, and then about the numbers, how long it would take to realize the venture, and how long it would take before you break even, then the profits. You need to have significant clarity, because why I'm telling you all this is, once you're able to minimize your fears, clear your mindsets, and if you're able to achieve clarity, you reach a really powerful zone from where a lot of things look possible. You really need to think, what do you want as the basis of your decision making? You want fear, mindsets, negativity as the basis of your decision making, or do you want free spirit, knowledge, and enthusiasm as the basis? Just take a call on this, guys. Some people have the habit of saying, look, when time comes, I'm going to pull it off. I'm going to get the investors. I'm going to get the people. Now, I appreciate this confidence. That's how you're supposed to be. But then be real. When time comes, there could be recession. Banks may refuse loans, and key people may back off. So many things can happen. Okay. Now, just recall some of the Murphy's laws. You'll get to know about it. All I'm trying to say here is just be real when you plan things. Another point is, look, none of us live for 500 years, 100 years to get educated, another 100 years to figure out what we want to do in life, another 100 years of work in performance. This is not the case. At the most, we live for 70 years, out of which 22 to 25 years go off in education, and anything we do above the age of 50 is more for children and grandchildren. So we are left with roughly about 25 years, and if you calculate, it's less than 10,000 days. So unless we meticulously plan and keep everything intact and have a strong focus and work with the right set of people, there is a very real chance of not realizing the dreams, or the dreams getting scaled down, or just abandoning your dreams. Just analyze this and try to collect your thoughts. Another point I would like to make is, not every business requires a deep investment. I've given the example of Just Dial already. Now there are many interesting businesses that can be started with low capital. And even if angels or VCs do not support, it is possible for people to come together and form ventures. And even if you're that kind of guy who says, look, I cannot venture out in a group, I am a solo kind of a guy, we suggest that instead of not venturing out, or instead of having to wait for 4 to 5 years, You venture out with others, and eventually once you gather all the experience, you can exit by cashing out with your stake and eventually start out on your own. There are many possibilities here. To find the right person, it's always difficult to get the right person with whom you can get associated in the long run, with whom you can start a business and be comfortable about. And this probably is the only challenge, and this is exactly where 1-800-Exchange comes in. We not only try to group people, we also try to gauge many other things like their ability to invest, their ability to hold on, their ability to wait till they can realize profits, and what else they can bring apart from mere investments. Or we'll have a complete profile of people, and we'll try and ensure that you will be able to find a reliable business partner on 1-800-Exchange. See, what's absolutely scary is you don't realize your dreams at all, right? Now that is very scary, or probably you realize your dreams but they're significantly scaled down. You wanted to buy a supercar, you end up buying a mid-segment car, then you have to like it whether you like it or not. Things like this can happen. So we are trying to consciously eliminate this compromise. And imagine waking up every day to read newspapers which is filled with someone else's success story. I mean, nothing wrong with that, but then I guess on some days at least you have to find your own story on the newspaper, right? Imagine walking back to an organized employment setup after venturing out and things not working out. You take a walk back to a 9-to-5 job. Now, most of you would have questions on time frame, like how soon can you get a co-founder or a business partner, or how soon can you chase a business opportunity. Now, the idea here is to make this happen at the earliest, in the shortest possible time frame, but one has to be very realistic, because when you're trying to accumulate people on a nationwide basis, and when you're trying to figure out their tastes, interests, and what constraints they have, searching for a truly reliable business partner can be a long drawn out process. As I said, we're trying to minimize that, but it can be a long drawn out process. The idea is when you start, it has to be reliable and it has to give you definite results. Okay, something that you're happy with, and something that you will cherish in the long run. So, and when we are trying to form companies, there could be disagreements, there could be arguments. I mean, there could be even fights. I'm not very sure. But then don't look at this as roadblock, because it's possible that when you're trying to form a venture that there can be friction and things like that do happen. But keep your mind open and keep your focus on making things happen. If you have too many constraints, like only this city, only this kind of a partner, Now, the faster you reduce the number of constraints you have, that much more easier it becomes to start the venture. Now, keep all this in mind, and let your expectation be very realistic. 1-800-Exchange can definitely help you, but it's not magic that you become a member and in the next 2 days you're starting your venture. Now, be realistic. Anywhere between 3 months to 3 years, depending on what kind of venture you're trying to form, is a very realistic time frame. To tell you a little about our approach, we are definitely not in a hurry to start ventures. Of course, we would like to start it at the earliest, but as I said before, the emphasis is on reliability and it's about safety measures being taken. We keep all this in mind while trying to start ventures. So if we have the option of starting 1,000 ventures in a hurry, out of which some 500 sink without a trace, another 300 of them barely manage to survive with meager profits, another 100 of them make some profit, and another 100, of course, they do reasonably well, kind of a situation, then we are not behind statistics. We are not going to tell you that we are getting 1 million page hits, 10,000 members. In fact, we are not at all behind statistics. We would rather start only 300 ventures and put all our energy, attention, and focus on this, and ensure that these 300 ventures reach great heights. Now, this is the kind of approach we have here.